Hi, it's Dr. Parikh. Now we're going to talk about how to make your revision plan for your literature review paper. So you've written every section at least once, you've probably gotten feedback from me, maybe from a peer, and now you have to talk about how you're going to use that feedback to make your paper better. I do this revision plan because a big piece of this class is the process, is the fact that you revise over and over. No other class would one paper be the entire class grade. And so it doesn't make sense for you to just write a paper once and that be it for the class. But most students also aren't really familiar with revising. And so I provide, just like I provide structure for the outlines and the templates, I provide structure for the revision. So for this, what I want you to do is, so first you're going to review all of the feedback, and I talk in other videos about all the places and ways you get feedback. And you're going to look for each section and think about what is most important in this section. And this template goes through every section in the paper. Many of these sections are one paragraph sections. I think the only real exception are these themes. So theme 1 and theme 2 are going to be a few paragraphs. But other than that, it's pretty much one paragraph for each. So the abstract is obviously that first paragraph that's separate from the rest of your paper. The roadmap paragraph is the very first paragraph under your title when you get to the body of your paper on page 3. And then the literature review starts with a background paragraph. It doesn't have its own heading, but I just call it the background paragraph so you know what I'm talking about. And that's where you're introducing your topic and giving some general background and then getting narrower and narrower if you're funneling down to the topic that you're doing. And then theme 1 and theme 2, those are pretty self-explanatory. Those are the main sections of your literature review. They're usually about 2 paragraphs each. Then we get to the discussion section, the summary paragraph. Again, it doesn't get its own heading, but I just call it that to help you know which one I'm talking about. This is the one where you're you're kind of summarizing what were the main points in the literature review. Then you have your limitations section, professional applications, and future research. Each of those are one paragraph sections that do get headings. And then finally is your conclusion. So for each section, just list 3 things that you plan to do to improve that area. Now let's say you got full points for every area, for every part of an area. If that were to happen, it's pretty rare, but if it happened, I still want to see you say one thing you're going to improve about that area. Because even if you earned full points, I believe that you can make it better. I believe that I can make almost anything I write better. And I want you to get in that habit of when you revise, you look for ways to make everything better. Not just to fix mistakes, but to make things as strong as possible. So pay special attention to the comments I give you, those 3 big things to fix for each section. But it doesn't have to be just comments I've given you. It can be things that your peers have told you too. At the end, there's the reference page, basically any reference that has at least one error, list it. Again, any citations or any articles that you've made at least one mistake in the citation, mention it here. So that's just to kind of document that you went through and tracked what needs to be fixed. Now, some of this, you may actually go in and fix them, and then this would almost be like an early documentation that I did this. Other things, you probably are making a plan. You're saying, okay, this is a bigger picture thing that I need to work on. So it may be a mix. When you turn in this revision plan, you may have already made some of the fixes as you go. For example, with citations, it's probably easier just to fix them as you find them. If you have to look for them anyway, you might as well fix them. And then you just document which ones you will be fixed in the next draft, even if they're already fixed now. APA style. I mixed up style and mistakes. So APA style, I want you to list the 3 mistakes that you make most often. So this isn't like I need to fix this heading. This is, I need to check all of my headings. I need to check, count how many authors are in a citation to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Things like that. And then here, comment 1, comment 2, and comment 3. Kind of look at, so for this, you don't have like a previous draft to work from. By the time you get to the next revision plan, you'll choose those from the literature review. But for now, because these comments are, because you don't have one single draft, grab 3 comments from any draft. And so you would paste the comment in here. So let's say I want to really focus on something from my literature review themes. And so you would just paste the comment here after where it says comment 1, and then you would talk about the 3 things you're going to do to address it. And it might be things that you already have listed up here. The reason I have these comments listed is I want to make sure that you're actually thinking, that you're thinking about how to respond to the feedback that I've already given you about this is a big deal. This is something that you're not doing well, or that you can improve on. So it's fine if you're copy and pasting these from other sections, but I want to see that you've thought specifically about 3 comments that you've received. And you can do any 3 comments of your choice for the literature review template or revision plan. When you get to the research proposal, you're going to take the 3 comments that I gave you on your literature review and talk about how you improved those. So that is how you make a plan. Hopefully the plan will help you have an understanding of what kind of revision needs to take place, maybe help you estimate enough time. Because I think students think that a revision, part of it is you're just tired at this point because you've put so much work into this paper already, probably more than you've ever put into a paper before. And it feels like you should be done because you're tired, but you are just over halfway through the process. And so this is to help you understand, this revision is probably going to take you, altogether somewhere between 2 and 5 hours. And so the plan takes up part of that time because it helps you, some of the mistakes you'll just make as you go, but it also helps you really think about the feedback and put it all together. So it's to help you be realistic about time, to help you also just try to make, I try to make everything one step at a time and give you lots of things you can cross off. Because once you're done with this plan, you can print it off and boom, you have a checklist. You're welcome. Thanks. Bye.